Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that's been raising a lot of eyebrows. Is the US dollar dying? For decades, the dollar has been the backbone of the global economy, but recent shifts are causing many to question its future. Stick around as we uncover the shocking truth behind these concerns and what it means for your money. 1. The US dollar's global power. For over 7 decades, the US dollar has maintained its position as the world's reserve currency, a status that was solidified following World War II. The Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944 established the dollar as the foundation of the global financial system. This agreement pegged currencies to the US dollar, which was in turn pegged to gold, making the dollar the primary currency used in international trade and finance. As a result, the US dollar became the preferred currency for central banks, financial institutions, and governments worldwide, shaping the modern global economy. The status of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency has provided the United States with significant economic advantages. One of the key benefits is that the US can borrow money at lower interest rates, as there is a high and consistent demand for dollars. This demand helps keep the value of the dollar relatively stable, making it an attractive investment. Moreover, the dollar's dominance in international trade means that the US has a unique position of financial stability that many other countries do not enjoy. The global reliance on the dollar has also positioned it as a safe haven asset during times of economic uncertainty. For investors and central banks, the US dollar is seen as a reliable store of value, which provides confidence in the midst of financial crisis. Additionally, this widespread use of the dollar gives the US significant influence over international financial markets, as decisions made in Washington can have global ramifications. However, the dollar's dominance in global finance has created some challenges, particularly in recent years. As economies like China and Russia have sought to reduce their dependence on the US dollar, there has been a growing push for alternatives, such as the euro or even digital currencies. Countries are increasingly looking for ways to circumvent the dollar in international trade, which could undermine the US's financial influence. Despite these challenges, the US dollar continues to play a central role in the global economy. While there are shifts occurring, the dollar remains deeply embedded in global finance and continues to enjoy widespread trust and usage. The future of the dollar as the reserve currency may face competition, but its long-standing dominance and the economic power it provides to the US suggest that it will remain a key player for the foreseeable future. 2. Signs of change. The rise of alternatives. In recent years, the dominance of the US dollar has been increasingly challenged. Countries like China and Russia have begun to move away from using the dollar in favor of their own currencies, as well as other alternatives like the euro. This shift is partially driven by political and economic factors, as these nations seek to reduce their dependence on the US and its influence over global financial systems. For instance, China has been promoting the use of its currency, the yuan, in international trade, particularly with countries in Asia and Africa. Similarly, Russia has increasingly turned to alternatives, as tensions with the US have escalated. In addition to these geopolitical shifts, the rise of digital currencies, particularly cryptocurrencies, is also disrupting the traditional financial landscape. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are gaining traction as potential alternatives to the dollar, offering decentralized, borderless transactions without the need for traditional banking systems. These digital currencies are appealing to individuals and businesses seeking greater autonomy and privacy in their financial dealings. As these alternative systems grow in popularity, they challenge the US dollar's long-standing position as the world's primary reserve currency, signaling a potential shift in the global economic order. 3. Inflation and the dollar's weakening value. Inflation plays a significant role in the decline of the US dollar's value. Over recent years, inflation in the US has been rising steadily, which means that the purchasing power of the dollar is diminishing. In simple terms, as inflation increases, the prices of goods and services rise, but the dollar doesn't stretch as far as it used to. For example, the same amount of money that once bought you a specific item might no longer cover the cost due to inflation. If inflation continues to rise unchecked, people will likely begin seeking alternatives to protect and grow their wealth. One popular choice in times of inflation is precious metals like gold and silver, as they have historically acted as safe haven investments. These assets are generally considered more stable than fiat currencies, like the US dollar, because they tend to retain their value over time, even during periods of economic instability. Additionally, foreign currencies can become more appealing, particularly those that are less affected by the inflationary pressures impacting the US dollar. As demand for these alternative assets rises, the dollar's value could weaken even further, potentially creating more global economic uncertainty. Monitoring inflation's ongoing impact on the US dollar is critical for understanding the future direction of the global financial system. The consequences of a weaker dollar can reach far beyond American borders, affecting global markets, investments, and trade. The rise of inflation and its long-term effects could reshape the way people think about currency and wealth preservation in the years to come. 4. The growing U.S. debt crisis. The growing issue of U.S. national debt is a significant factor raising concerns about the future of the dollar. The U.S. has accumulated a staggering amount of debt, currently surpassing $30 trillion. This overwhelming burden on the nation's finances has led to serious questions about the long-term stability of the U.S. dollar. To manage and service this debt, the U.S. government may resort to printing more money, which could have serious consequences for the value of the dollar. When the government prints more money to cover debt obligations, it increases the total supply of U.S. dollars in circulation. This oversupply of currency can lead to inflation, as more dollars are chasing the same amount of goods and services, causing prices to rise. Over time, this inflationary pressure erodes the purchasing power of the dollar, making it less valuable. As the dollar loses value, people may begin to look for more stable assets or currencies to protect their wealth, further reducing confidence in the U.S. dollar. The cycle of increasing debt and printing money can weaken the dollar even further. If the U.S. continues down this path, investors may lose faith in the nation's ability to manage its finances, prompting them to seek alternatives to the dollar. This could include stronger global currencies, like the euro, as well as safe haven assets like gold or even digital currencies such as Bitcoin. As these alternatives gain popularity, the US dollar's position as the world's reserve currency may be undermined, which would have far-reaching consequences for global trade, investments, and financial markets. The combination of rising national debt and the potential for excessive money printing poses a real threat to the long-term stability of the US dollar and could eventually lead to a shift toward alternative currencies. 5. Is the US dollar really dying? So, is the US dollar truly dying? While it's not vanishing overnight, its global dominance is definitely facing some serious challenges. The rise of alternative currencies, both traditional like the euro and newer options like cryptocurrencies, combined with rising inflation, the growing national debt, and shifting geopolitical dynamics, has started to erode its stronghold. These changes raise crucial questions about the future of the dollar and its place in global trade and investments. Will it maintain its position as the world's reserve currency, or will other currencies or assets rise to take its place? It's clear that the US dollar's dominance is being questioned more than ever before, and the coming years could bring significant shifts in how currencies are used and valued on the global stage. While it's unlikely that the dollar will collapse entirely anytime soon, its current trajectory suggests it may face new challenges in holding onto its historic role. How it adapts and whether alternatives can take over could reshape the global economic landscape for years to come. To sum it up, while the US dollar is still strong, it's facing serious challenges from rising inflation, growing debt, and the increasing popularity of alternatives like cryptocurrencies. It's important to stay informed about these shifts because they could have a huge impact on everything from your investments to the cost of living. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest insights. Stay informed and take care of your financial future.